G'day guys, Trader Cobb here. Look, there's been quite a bit going on today actually. It's been a pretty cool day. Look, I just wanted to come out and do a little chat about Bitcoin itself. Um, you know, obviously the thing's been moving like a rock star, right? This most recent run up has pulled back into these averages, a bit of an equilibrium zone within this trend. And as we've seen, on various occasions, when it pulls back in, it's moved. It's pulled back in, it's moved. This most recent run back in, moving, back in, moving, back in, moving has been no different. It's actually the consolidation that I'm looking at here, though, that's kind of caught my attention. A couple of things to note. A bullish candle right here. Okay, check it. It's rejected those lows. It's holding strong up in that zone around these moving averages, that sort of potential buy zone. And we've just broken the high of that. That's what's caught my attention. Yesterday's buy volume was increasing on the seller volume. That doesn't surprise me at all because they're very small seller candles. Not quite the sort of volume we saw back here on this very big day, but again, that's a big rejection candle. Price tried to sell off, rejected, pushed back up, and we saw that run back up into resistance. Now, of course, that resistance is going to remain being the key level to Bitcoin breaking out to new all-time highs. And let me just tell you something that I find interesting. Here is the last time we broke out to new highs. Okay, back through here. Resistance here, and then we popped up through, boom. It's not as far apart now, but it's equal amount of tests or thereabouts. Test 1, test 2, and then a bit of fluff around here. If I draw on this level now, let's have a look here. We've got test 1, we've got test 2, and on the third test, it didn't really test. It just smashed straight up through it and just kept on running. Now, the only thing that's of concern on this breakout, and it's not as much concern, but it's just indicator concern, is that if we were to see a break right now on this daily MACD, we wouldn't be converging. That meaning that the indicators wouldn't be breaking out to new highs with the price. But if I move down through the time frames, the 4-hour, you'll actually see it is still a bit divergent. The good thing is, however, the price, so the indicators are curving back up, so that's all good. And I mean, there's not really too much point in going too much lower, but you can see it already has turned on these lower time frames. We're seeing some nice we're seeing some nice higher lows on these mid to lower time frames, and I really like that based off of the daily. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever by the time we've all woken up, me being here in Australia, that is anyway, to see Bitcoin at new all-time record highs, because it does look poised to bust out through that. If we can get above that resistance, I wouldn't be surprised to see a number of buyers coming back into Bitcoin and racing us up to God knows where to. Hope you got some. Catch you later.